Hey everyone, and welcome to Isms by Josie. Today I'm going to be trying out this Target crochet kit. For my returning subscribers, thank you so much for tuning in. And for my new viewers, please consider subscribing, share, hit that like button, leave a comment below, and click on that notification bell for future videos. So today, you guys, I wanted to really get this done hopefully before Thanksgiving, or at least on or by Thanksgiving. I frequent in Target, and on one of my visits, I just was walking around the office supply section / craft section for kids, and they do have a section for adults doing crafts, and they had a bunch of crochet stuff. One of them was a large blanket. I'm not going to do that. I started a large blanket a long time ago, and I still haven't finished it. So I saw this one here, and I had to do it. It's a set of pumpkins. It makes 3 different colors. And I thought it was like a crochet kit because I saw the stitches on here. It's actually a Loom knit pumpkin kit. So this is by Mondo Llama, and I guess this brand is exclusive to Target. I could be wrong. Comment below if I am. But we're going to try this out. It has everything you need to do these pumpkins. It has the yarn, stuffing, and more included. So turning this around, it shows you all the tools that it has here. This is very interesting. I honestly have never done knitting this way. I've seen it done. So we're going to figure it out and see how easy it is. Let's see. All right. So includes 3 bags of polyester stuffing fiber, 0.4 pounds, 3 rolls of yarn, 70 feet 6 inches long each, 3 rolls of yarn, 4 feet 3 inches long, which is probably the colors, and then the green ones maybe, I guess. And then crochet needle, plastic needle, 5-inch diameter knitting loom, and instructions sheets. Okay. Let's take all this stuff out here. We have the 3 yarns, we have the green yarns, we have the plastic needle and crochet needle. We have the knitting loom, instructions, and we have the 2 other packs of stuffing. Okay, so let's get started with this. This may not be a large pumpkin, so I might be able to at least do one for you guys. But comment below, let me know if you've seen this at your local Target. I'm always down for new kits. Let's see, I'll probably do let's start with the regular color. But here is the instructions. They're big. Writing small, but a lot of illustrations, so that's great. And this is supposed to be, oh, okay, it's separated. It's good. Okay, let's remove the needles out of here. Okay. All right, let's get to it. We're just going to start straight away. So if you have this kit and working alongside with me, you can always speed up or slow down the video by clicking on the gear button on the corner of the screen. There's playback options to go fast or slow. If you're a more visual person, you can always lower the volume on the phone and click on the CC, which is the closed caption button. Okay, so let's get to this. This is going to be interesting. So I'm going to start with the orange color. Pardon me if you see my robe. It's kind of chilly, so I'm kind of bundled up. All right. Now I'm going to read the instructions and do it as I go. This is my first time, like I said, so if I'm screwing up here, apologies. Let me see if I can get inside this middle. I'm not going to even attempt it. I like to grab from the middle so that, well, maybe I can, because I don't like, oh, here it is. I don't like the yarn to roll around. If you grab from the outside, it'll roll. If you grab it from the inside, it'll just grab from the inside. Okay. I am a lefty, so because this is new to me, I probably will just be trying to manipulate this with my left hand. If you need a righty, comment below, and then maybe I'll try to do one. It's just, I think because this is more of picking rather than hand motions, it might not matter if it's a lefty or righty. But actually, you know what? For the sake of righties, let me show you guys how to do a slip knot. There is this way of doing it, and I think it's fairly the same way. But how I do my slip knots when I'm knitting, let's see how I can explain this. So I'm going to hold these two pieces apart here. You want to take your two fingers and twist it to make a loop. I'll do that again. Hold it apart like this. Put your two fingers here and twist it to make a loop. So we have this little hole here. With my two fingers now, I'm going to grab this piece, just chilling. And then I'm going to pull it through the hole and then tighten up. And that's righty. It felt weird doing righty. I can undo it and do lefty. But that's how you make your knitting, and it's adjustable. So let me just undo this and do lefty. Maybe it's just different feeling because I am a lefty. It's kind of the same. Two fingers, make a little loop, and then pull a loop through. I'll do it again. Hold it apart. Take two fingers, make a loop. Oops. Hold on to it. I put lotion on my hands. Take two fingers, make a loop, and then pinch that yarn there and pull it through. And then you have your first loop, your slip knot. Okay. To make a slip knot, make a circle and pinch where the yarn crosses. Pull the short yarn through the circle, leaving the tail that you want to leave, that you will weave in later. Straighten the knot so it looks like the image above. Or you can do that. Now, hang the loop on the first peg to the left of the starting point in the circular loom. So on this loom, there's a little dot. This is your starting point. So that left peg will be this one. We're going to go around like this and then meet back here. So slip your knot onto the peg. Leave it a little loose, I think. Let's see. Tighten the loop and place the short yarn tail to the inside of the circular loom. Oh, okay. So tighten this up. We're going to put the short side to the short end to the inside. That's right here. Okay. And you can just, I guess, hold it down like that. So, okay. Now, the yarn that is attached to the ball is attached to the ball is your working yarn. The working yarn is wound twice around the left peg clockwise. So once, twice, then pick the lower loop with the crochet needle. Okay, actually once, twice, right? I would say. But we're picking the lower loop. How is that even possible? You see that? All right, let's see. If we had it like this, Clockwise. It wouldn't be clockwise, it would be counterclockwise. Are you sure it said clockwise? The way they have it drawn, they have it coming from behind the peg, and then they have it going counterclockwise. Unless you're supposed to look at it like this, then it would be clockwise. No, it would still be counter. I mean, they still have it counter. Okay, so, well, found my first illustration issue that I don't like, but I guess there's 2 loops that you have to have at least. Okay, so we have that one and that one. We have to pick the lower loop up with the crochet needle. Okay. And then we use the crochet needle to lift the lower loop up, over, and off the peg. This is called a knit stitch. Man, I could probably just knit this really quick. So, see what I did there? Let's do this again, if you can see it, you guys. So, clockwise twice. Here's 1 loop, here's 2 loops. We're going to take the lower loop and we're going to put it over the top loop, over the peg, like that. And that's a knit stitch. Pull the crochet needle out of the loop and slightly tighten the working yarn, which I kind of already did. Okay. Make sure it isn't too tight and you can still move the loop on the peg. Yep. Repeat steps 6 through 8 in a clockwise direction around the loom until you end at the starting point. So we'll do this again around the peg twice. We're going to take the hook and take the bottom loop over the peg, right? And don't pull it too tight, I guess. We're going to go around clockwise to the next loop and do the same thing. Oh, that didn't look right, but okay. All right, twice around. This is so much different than knitting. I can knit as well. I do have maybe 1 video. It just hasn't been requested and I haven't really gone out to look for kits, but I can knit, and this is, I get the idea of it. It's just so different from 2 needles as opposed to a loom. Oops. feel like this is like a dental tool. Okay. We reach the dot. All right. Okay, until the end at the starting point. Okay, starting round 2. Place the working yarn in front of the peg to the left. Wait. To the left of the starting point, and working yarn will be above the lower loop. Insert the crochet needle into the bottom loop. Okay, so we're holding it across like this. Just holding it across. There's no way to keep this. Okay. All right, so now we gotta pull the lower loop. Okay. Using the crochet needle, lift the bottom loop over the working yarn and off the peg. So, like that. Okay. Did I not? Maybe I didn't lift the right one. I don't know why there's 2 of them. Maybe because I let it spin so many times. Shoot, let me find out. I just undid it. I want to see where I'm going wrong here. Yeah, because maybe I spun it like a million times. You should have 1 loop on the peg at a time, by the way. So, doing it again. Now I have the 1 loop. It was just wrapped around 2 times. So, lie this across the peg. We're going to pick up that bottom loop. There should be only 1. Lift it over the peg, and then we're good to go. There should be 1 left here, and that's right, 1 left. Okay. Repeat steps 10 and 11 in a clockwise direction around the loom until you end at the starting point. Repeat this full process 29 more times. So I'm going to complete this 1 more time. I'm going to show you how I'm going to keep track of 29 rounds, and then we'll come back in. So it's easy when laying it this way. So I guess just make sure it's laid across, and then do that to each one. This could actually help you not make tight stitches, because there's no way for you to make a tight stitch on here. When I'm starting out knitting and crocheting, I've made so many tight stitches that I can't fit my needles in it. With knitting, you have 2 of them. So when you have to jam 2 of them in a stitch and you do it tight, it gets a little troublesome. But you see what I'm doing here, you guys? I'm just lying the yarn across the loom as I go, and then I'm taking the bottom loop and pulling it over the peg. And these pegs have little lines, so it's really easy to guide your little needle picker up through the loop. So I can see that this could take a good amount of, like, a decent amount of time, but not a long amount of time, because you can fly through this, really. Comment below, let me know how you guys are doing. This is my first time at a loom, and I'm finding it rather fun, because it's there's not much thought into this. I mean, that's why I like knitting too. It's so funny because a lot of people think knitting's complicated. Out of crocheting and knitting, I like to knit because you don't have to look at your work, at least not like you do with crocheting. Because when you, at least for me in crocheting, especially when I'm doing different instructions, you have to look at your stitches, where you're putting your hook in there. Does it look right? In knitting, There are different stitches where you do have to look, but most of the time you're doing the same stitch over and over again. And I can just, you know, watch TV and knit at the same time. Oh no! Alright, what do you do when that happens? Okay, so let's say you accidentally slip it off. I would just twist. To put it back, just don't do this. You would twist it and put it back on. You have to, it has to have a turn, and actually you have to make sure you turn it the right way, and I think I turned it the wrong way. You see, yeah. So this actually turns this way. All right, everything can be fixed. Okay, so just be careful with how you're, don't speed too fast. Okay. Alrighty then. I'm back to my starting point. And we're repeating 10 and 11, 20, repeat this full process. What does that mean? 29 times. I'm assuming the row 29. I guess this too. All right, let me show you how I'm going to keep track of 29 rounds. Hold on a sec. Okay, I'm not too sure if I have enough, but I have these stitch markers. You can buy a ton of these at a hobby store or on Amazon for cheap. I've actually just been collecting these from all the kits that I've been doing this year. So let's see if I have 29. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Let's just double check that. 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. Okay, so I have 20 here. I just have to remember that I gotta count 9 more rounds after this. So this is what I'm gonna do, because I finished this round and this one is the technical new round. What I'm gonna do, you guys, I'm just gonna put my stitch marker, because I'm seeing that this is so cumbersome, it's gonna be hard. I'm just gonna stick it in between here. So each time I create a cable across here, I'm just gonna stick this, indicating this is going to be my first round out of the 29. And these are easy to remove after, so you don't have to worry about that. Okay, so let's continue this for 2 more rounds, and then I'm going to do the rest off camera, because this is going to be a long video for someone that's doing the same thing over and over again. Okay, so again, we're just going to lie this across the pegs, and we have to pick the bottom loop that you see here. My fingers are just so jubby. All right, pick up the bottom loop and we're gonna put it over the peg. Bottom loop over the peg. Bottom loop over the peg. Just keep laying this across. Okay, while I'm doing this, let's just jibber jab. So this week is Thanksgiving, and I don't know if you celebrate the holiday or how you celebrate the holiday, but however you do it, be safe and be happy. If you can. Some people are going through stuff every day. Gratitude is always something you can exercise, no matter how, what level of happiness you're in. And I'm very grateful that I can do this here with you guys. I find super unexplainable super enjoyment making these videos. I'm normally a nail channel, but doing the crochet has actually pushed me to do so many different things that I normally don't. Like, I knit in crochet, but I make the same things every year. It's kind of sickening. I do have an Etsy. I don't think anything crochet is on there or knitted. I don't know, actually. I haven't really checked up on it as of late. But I do the same thing. I have a few things that I like to crochet and knit, and I don't steer from the broken path. So this is my first year of doing amigurumi. This is my first year doing the loom. So I'm just really excited to trying out different things. Per viewer requests, I'm doing different... Oh, did I not do this? Why does this look funky? Oh no, I messed this one up somehow. Or maybe I missed it. Dexter wants to get into this. Per viewer request, I'm gonna end up doing different brand names, which is, I've never, you know, I just end up doing whatever I see at the Dollar Tree or Target, obviously. I've checked Walmart. I haven't really checked Michael's. I really should check it one day. And then, of course, there's all the other hobby stores. But yeah, I'm really grateful that I can do this for you guys. Alright, so now that we're hitting this spot, I'm going to mark off that I have to do the second round. Can you see this little cat head? Buddy, want to get up on here? Everybody, say hi to my little one. I'm so grateful for this one here. You wanna do the loom? He's so interested. Okay, back to business. There's a second string running across here now. I'm going to use this marker to put around it. And again, you can just easily remove these later, you guys. It's just like a safety pin. But they're going to mark off. So now this indicates that I'm doing the second round. I'm going to do this one more time with you guys, and then I'm going to hop off and continue this while I watch some TV. As you should too, because this is not too much involved with the stitching. It's the same stitch, the knit stitch, as they say. So I think you could go ahead and, like, you know, have conversations, read a book. I don't know about read a book. Watch a TV for sure. But yeah. The one thing about knitting as opposed to crocheting is that for knitting you do have this like skinny thread that's making each row, and essentially that is going to take much longer to build than crocheting, unless you're doing a slip stitch, or even a single crochet stitch is not that tall. But like, I know in crocheting, if I wanted to knit like a quick table runner, I would use like a double or triple crochet stitch, which is, you know, you can imagine a much taller stitch. So that's always what I thought with knitting, like, because you're doing it line by line, it does take a little bit more to complete your project. But yeah, the trade-off is it's quick and you don't have to look. So the only thing looking now is Dexter. He's sticking his, I don't know if you can see it in film, but he's sticking his head under my arm to be able to see what I'm doing here. Oh man, he's funny. Curious George. Okay, so we are nearing the start line, and I like that they put this dot here. Thank you, because you'd have to put a marker for sure to mark where you started. All right, so now there should be another row here. I'm just gonna stick this marker around that, and so you get the idea, you guys. So keep doing this if you have markers. If you don't, you know what what I do to some projects, because it's kind of quick and I don't feel like taking my markers out. I'll take out my calculator on my phone and just hit 1. The only risk with that is that if you accidentally close out or clear out, you lose your count. And that's just makeshift. They sell counters, you can buy that too. These markers, they're simple, you know, and I just happen to have 20 of them. Okay, so I'm just going to continue this. We're on the 3rd one, so I've got to do this 26 more times essentially, and we will come back and I'll show you where I'm at. Okay, so I have my 29th row finished here. Got my markers. So we finished step 12. Let's see, thread your plastic needle with the working yarn. Push the needle up through the bottom of the loop on the first peg to the left of the starting point. So we've got to attach this. I'm gonna guess we're gonna need this much yarn. I'm going to do it twice, just in case. It doesn't really say, which is kind of silly, but you're going to need to know that, because we have to cut this off unless we use all of it, which is also insane. So let's thread our needle. This is a large needle. Not bad though. Okay. All right. Push the needle up through the bottom of the loop. On the first peg to the left starting point. Pull up the loop and off the peg. This is how you'll bind off your work. Okay. Alright, so we're gonna do push it off the peg. We're doing that, I guess. Push the needle up to the bottom of the second loop. I'm gonna flip over the instructions. Alright, repeat steps 15 and 16 going around the loom in a clockwise direction until you return to starting position. Your work is now off the loom. Okay. Simple enough. why this got tangled. Is that why? Yeah, maybe that's why. Okay. Alright, your work is now off the loom. Cool. Not so big. While we're here, why don't I just remove these two? We don't need these anymore. Very helpful, these guys. Again, I highly recommend them. All right, let me read these instructions. 18, pull the working yarn and draw the string to tighten the stitches. Tie a double knot to secure. Use the plastic needle to weave the tail up and inside the work to conceal the end trim if needed. Okay. All right, so we have to pull this string. Okay. Tie a double knot to secure it. Okay. Use the plastic needle to weave the tail up inside the work to conceal the end. So how I'm going to conceal this, I'm just going to put this through one of the holes and pull it through. And then trim. Okay, look, we've got a little hat for a doll. Okay. Now you will create an I cord for the stem. Using the green yarn, leave a 43-inch tail. This will be used to close the top of the pumpkin. So here's one of the strands that we have for the pumpkin. There's 3 different ones. As far as 43 inches. What? That is almost 4 feet. What are you talking about, bro? This is not even 43. Maybe it didn't mean 43. I mean, do we all know what 43 inches is? Let me grab a ruler. Alright, I have here my seamstress, even though I'm not a seamstress. It's measuring tape. Let's do 43 inches, shall we? I'm in disbelief that they even give you 43 inches. Oh, I am wrong. What? Dang, Gina. Well, this is 43 inches, so we're going to be working with this much. That just doesn't seem right. Okay. Using the green yarn and leave a 43-inch tail, this will be used to close the top of the pumpkin, create a slip knot, and attach to the starting point of the loom. 43 inches. Let's do this slip knot. So I told you, ways apart. Going to make a loop, pinch it, and then we're going to pull this knot here. 43 inches just seems so specific and very long. But you know, if that's what they say. Alright, we're going to put this at the start of the loom. I'm going to tighten it up here. Not too tight. Okay. You'll only be using 3 pegs A. Oh, let's flip this on here to make it visually accurate. Here's a start point. Here's the pegs A, B, and C. Okay. Wind the working yarn around the pegs A, B, and C once in a clockwise direction. So we have 1 and 2. Okay. Bring the working yarn around the front of the pegs and work the working yarn should be above the bottom loops. Take the crochet hook and pull the bottom loops over the working yarn of each peg, pulling it up tight. Okay, so we're gonna lay this across like this, and we're just going to do what we did last time and pulling up the loops up and over the pegs. Okay. Bring the working yarn around the back of the 3 pegs and around the front of the 3 pegs again. Ooh. Take the crochet hook and pull the bottom loops up over the working yarn and off each peg. Pull the yarn tight as you work with the yarn. So this time we're pulling it tight as we go. I just wrapped it around. I'm going to do the same thing. Hey buddy, what you doing? Dexter's here again. repeat steps 22, 23 another 9 times. So I'm going to get my counters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So let's yikes. Just put your marker. Okay. So 22 and 23. So we're pretty much just going to go around 9 times. I don't know how this didn't. I gotta step back a little bit because it looks like there's another loop there. Did I miss it? So I'm gonna actually just put this over. Maybe I missed it in all my excitement. Okay. All right. And we're just going to mark this off. I'm going to go around again. Okay, last one. Okay. Bind off, use the crochet needle to lift the loop off peg C and place it onto peg B. So we're going to take this one and you're going to put it on peg B, right? Then lift the lower loop on peg B and pull off the peg. Then using crochet needle, lift the loop off of peg A and place onto peg B. So here's A. I'm gonna lift it onto peg B. And then we're gonna lift the lower loop peg B over and off the peg. Go. Keep a 2-inch long tail and cut the working yarn. Remove the last loop and pull the working yarn through the loop and make a knot. Okay, so we have to leave a 2-inch. But this is what I'm going to do. Rather than having to thread it through that loop, I'm going to put it over the peg. And I'm going to slip the loop over the peg, and then I'm just going to pull it. And that's how you pull it through. Okay. Move the last loop and make a knot. I'm just going to pull it tight to make that knot. I want to remove these guys first. So funny, that 43 inches, where did it go? Okay, move the loop, pull the working yarn through the loop and make a knot. Pull each end of the I-cord to tighten all the stitches. So just pull both ends, tighten up these stitches. Okay. Should form a nice round tube shape. Sure. Just plain. Okay. Thread the plastic needle with the long tail of the green yarn. I love that the eye hole is huge. There's no way you can screw that up. Okay. Using the needle, go around the pumpkin's edge to pick up the stitches. Fill with stuffing and pull the green yarn tight, then the stem will be right in the center of the pumpkin. Okay. Never says what it should do with this, but I guess pick up the stitches. I'm going to try to pick up each one. Okay. And then I'm going to take the pouch of stuffing. I'm just going to put the whole thing nope. Failing. All right. Whoa. Look at all this. Just stuff this in here. Okay. Pull the green yarn tight, then the stem will be right in the center of the pumpkin. Okay, I'm going to pull it. Go. Kind of in the center. Okay. Oh my gosh. Look at you guys. How cute. All right. Sew the stem to the pumpkin mouth. How did I miss that? Okay. The stem's tail comes out from the bottom of the knot. Oh wait, from the bottom and knot it. Read that wrong. Alright. So we've got to make it come out of this into the bottom here. Oh, okay. And knot it. This is a big hole, by the way. There's no way you're gonna knot it and make it work. So I'm just gonna actually bind it closed by tying it. And I'm gonna try to pull it to give it that like sunken in shape, you know? It didn't say to do that, but I'm gonna do that anyway. Okay. So I have that. Then I'm going to, this is how I'm going to hide it. So you have this yarn here. I'm just gonna push this through like to some random spot to the side, right? Like that. I'm gonna cut it flush like this, and then just squish it and it'll tuck back inside. Oh my gosh, you guys, look at it. Alright, okay. Create the groove shape of the pumpkin. Use the same color as the pumpkin body and cut 31.5 inches long. Alright. Good thing I pulled out this measuring tape. So we're going to do 31.5. So right here, okay, thread the plastic needle and push up through the bottom of the pumpkin. This is point A, this is point B. Okay. Repeat step 33. Repeat step number 33 44 more times. Wait. Four more times, leaving about 6 knit stitches in each section. Add and subtract sections to customize your own design. When you have completed your grooves, push the needle down through the bottom of the pumpkin. Tie the knot with the remaining tails. You can use the plastic needle to weave the extra tail on your pumpkin. Okay. So let's push this up. We're gonna leave a tail for A. Here's A. We gotta do this how many times? They want you to do it like this. So and they want you to do 6 inches and 6 knit stitches in between. So 1, 3, 4, 5, 6. 5, 6. Yeah. All right. I can't see it. Where did it go? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, maybe that was enough. Well, I'm just going to put this here. All right. now you just take this, we're going to pull it. I'm going to start tying a knot. It's a little odd shaped, but that's what pumpkins are, really. And then I guess, wish I had an actual crochet needle. You have to stuff this in here. I know I'm going to do the same thing that I did last time. We're going to thread this. I'm going to sew this up into a space here. Okay, have it come out some random spot. All right, I'm going to cut this flush and then just squeeze it and it'll come back in the project. Okay, and the project is now complete. Does it tell you to tuck this tail in? I'm going to do the same thing with this to make this one disappear. Okay, you guys. So here is my pumpkin. This is pretty cute. How cute is that? Comment below, let me know if you have this knitting loom from Target. I hope you do. I hope that you can find this because this is really cute. And I heard you can use this for so much more. I know that you can make really pretty infinity scarves with these. I mean, this might be a tinier version, but I don't know. At any rate, well, thank you so much, you guys, for watching. This is Isms by Josie. Please share, like, and subscribe for future videos. And I'll see you again next time. Thanks. Bye.